That was silly and stupid. Am I picking up audio? Yes, I am. Okay. Put that right there. How's it look? Perfect Fourth Records is a Christian label. But as most labels kind of focus on one genre, we do not. I do not. There's multiple people working in this. So we. Now I'm French. We do not focus on genre. We focus on meaning and reason why the people we work with make the music. We're not the best at it. We're not virtuosos. But it's coming from a place of intent to use the gifts that have been given to us. All with a humble heart. I think that's the best way I could describe Perfect Fourth Records. Is one, not take any of ourselves seriously. Because I sure don't. I'm bald. I can barely take myself seriously half the time anyway. But we are a Christian label that focuses on Christian music no matter what the genre is. There you go. Straighten out my back. You're welcome. There's a very bright lamp here. How you doing? I have been, I would say not really dreading, but procrastinating this video for a long time. I don't know why. I think because I procrastinate a lot. Borderline lazy, but not really lazy. More, let's call it ADHD, that I get sidetracked with other things. There we go. Here, you know what? I'm gonna prop up my feet. No, I'm not. Okay. Hi, my name is Isaac, and this is Perfect Fourth Records. What is Perfect Fourth Records? I have asked myself that quite a bit over the last almost 10 years. This channel started in 2015. And to give even more context behind that, you have to go before that to two projects that I have called Urka and You Are a Soul. Both those bands, or project, or whatever you want to call them, are instrumental. Urka is electronic music, and You Are a Soul is post-rock, both instrumental, where Urka's subgenre of electronic music just goes from lo-fi to synthwave to house to drum and bass back to chill. You Are a Soul is just chill post-rock, sometimes post-metal, shoegaze, but mostly just post-rock and ambience. I started those two projects, I would think, in around 2014-ish, around that time. And even to give more context, years ago when I was a teenager, I was obsessed with Christian rock and Christian record labels like Tooth and Nail Records, Sparrow Records, Forefront Records, Goatee Records, all those. I was obsessed with them. I was the kid who did a book report on Christian rock record labels. I think I did it on Tooth and Nail Records. I was obsessed with Christian music, and I know I'm kind of going all over the place here, but it's all going to come into a point here soon. Growing up, I was obsessed with those Christian rock bands. Anything Christian rock, I loved. I am a Christian, and I just love any form of Christian music. When I was a teenager in high school, I could get my hands on. And at that time, it was the late 2000s, early 2010s, I think, around that time. And Christian music, genre-wise, was really wide at that time. Because you had Tooth and Nail Records, who did more alternative rock, emo, indie stuff, to Solid State Records, which tons of metal stuff. And then you had Sparrow Records, who did more of contemporary Christian. So the whole board of Christian music was really kind of blossoming, and it was kind of new at that time. Kind of like, hey, this is a genre where not a Christian band is doing. Found that's cool. Christian indie shoegaze, sure, found that. So, little story. There was a concert in Cincinnati, Ohio, at Kings Island, at the amusement park there. It was called Spirit Song, and it was for 3 days, and there was concerts from, I would say 11 or noon till 8 or 9 at night. And I was the kid that got up early, didn't go to the amusement park, but watched every single band play. I remember I had blisters on my shoulders because it was like 90 degrees in the blistering sun, because just seeing this new thing of like, oh, Christian music is weird and different now, it just really intrigued me, and I've been obsessed ever since. You fast forward to around 2013, 2014, I'm in college. I had tried to start bands, never really worked, mainly because scheduling, is mainly just my scheduling, and I'll be honest, I'm an awkward person. I'm an introvert. I like to stay indoors and not really go out. I'm working on it. But I started Eurosoul and Urka as kind of like first time I ever was making music and for a project. So I started those two projects in 2014, and by the way, all the projects that I work with, they are Christian. They might not per se have like worship lyrics or be a worship song, but it's coming from a place that I am a Christian and I am making music. So 2014, I started those two projects, and I'm like, okay, well, since there's multiple projects, I don't want to have two separate accounts for everything, and two separate YouTube accounts, two separate things, and this and that and the other. And so I'll just make a thing that'll umbrella all the projects that I do. And that's where Perfect Fourth Music, or Perfect Fourth Records, comes into play. Originally, it was called Perfect Fourth Music because I wasn't too sure if I wanted this to be a record label or more just like a umbrella term for all the music that I make. Where did Perfect Fourth come from? I read it in a book. I don't remember what book. I don't remember the title of the book. It was some kind of artsy book, and I don't remember what book it was from. In 2015, I started the YouTube channel, and that's kind of when it started itself. And then when Perfect Fourth Records has always kind of been in the background, even though over time there was Urka, then Eurosoul, and then the two other projects that came along, Bella Bites and Dear Buffalo 93. They were under that thing, but I didn't really announce that they were under it. It was kind of like my own record label in my own brain of like, okay, this is the umbrella for it. And then we'd use just DistroKid, which is an amazing thing. Thank you, DistroKid, to release the music, and it's just been independent ever since. From now all the way to like 2015, Eurosoul, Urka had been releasing tons and tons and tons of music. Near the end of that 10-year, Bella Bites and Dear Buffalo started to release stuff, but I don't really focus on those. Bella Bites is, by the way, is a metal project, and Dear Buffalo 93 is I guess you would call spoken word, hard rock, punk rock, shoegaze thing. I don't know. I love the type of spoken word that you can do from like Me Without You or Listener, and I don't know. I think that stuff's cool. But anywho, last year, Perfect Fourth Records became a legit business through the eyes of the government. Yay! So what does that mean? Not really much to you. To me, it meant a lot. Because I've always had this dream, if you want to call it a calling, or a passion, or a dream, to own a record label that focuses on Christian music, no matter what the genre. I've always kind of had that drive to do that since I was in high school. Just being honest about myself, I'm not the best guitarist, I'm not the best producer, I'm not the best mixing artist, I'm not the best business person. Like every aspect of this business, someone else can do better. But what I know I have is a passion for it. And for me, that's enough. I'm not one to, I am a Christian, but I'm not one to preach and get very preachy or spiritual about this music. It's Christian music. To me, someone who listens to Christian music as an outlet as opposed to anything that's vulgar, it helped me grow up and focus more on God. And I just hope that someone else can have that same impact on them. So, now that we're legit business, what does that mean from the business standpoint of it? Perfect Fourth Records has 6 artists at the moment. If you're watching this and there's more, I'll make a new video about it. But You Are a Soul, Urka, You Are a Soul, which is a post-rock project, Urka, which is electronic music, Dear Buffalo, and Battle Bites, which I've already described what they sound like, Casting Hope, which is contemporary Christian, kind of hint of a country feel music, and then our newest artist, which actually is an artist that is not me, which was an awesome thing, thank you Lord, Ash McKenzie. Those 6 are currently on the roster. And the biggest thing at Perfect Fourth Records that I push on myself, and I've kind of talked with Ash McKenzie, is whatever genre you have that passion for, let's focus it on God and roll with it and see where it goes. That's pretty much the gist of it. I'm not here to give like a sermon, or not here to be over spiritualized as it. I'm not here to preach about it. I'm not here to over spiritualize. There we go. That's the word. Plank it out. This is Christian music for people who want an outlet of a certain genre they really like, but there's no Christian forms of it. That's good enough. I think that's good. That's a good explanation of it. Battery's almost dead. Okay. So, we have the Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all those stuff. Now, what's different with the YouTube is it also will have different things other than the artists here. Guitar covers, funny videos, tutorials, how-tos, stuff like that. Also, there'll be podcasts, and every now and again, we'll talk about artists that are not on the label, Christian and secular. Of course, secular and that, they're not just plain dirty or vulgar. Not all secular music is bad. I might get heat for that statement. But it's all about the lyrical content and the motive behind the song. So, every now and again, we will talk about secular music here on the YouTube channel. So, what to expect from now on? More songs from those artists, focusing on the media aspect of it, out of it, with YouTube and just all over the internet, and just trying to grow this and just see where it goes. God gave me a passion for it. God never does anything just willy-nilly. He did it for a reason. So I'm just going to roll with it. I'm not the best at any aspect of this. There's always people better than me. But I'm having fun doing it. And I'm doing it for the Lord. So, is there anything else? Another thing some people might be thinking is, how can a project or a band be Christian without lyrics? That's a great question. Because you have Christian music is probably the only genre of music that is determined by the lyrics. I have a weird thought process on that. I mean, you have Christian radio stations that are mainly based on the lyrics. You don't really have breakup radio stations. You don't have party song recommendation radio stations. But Christian music is mainly based on the lyrics. And I can get on board with that, but I also think it's more about the person making it and the motive. I think a instrumental band can be just as Christian and can lead someone to the Lord as someone like Chris Tomlin singing "How Great Is Our God." Same thing with the style of music. You could do metal screamo, like bands like For Today that are blatantly preaching the gospel. Or you have Chris Tomlin. To me, there's no difference between the two. Because I do believe everyone's music interests and passions are like a snowflake and a fingerprint. They are unique from each person to person. And if someone is a Christian, but if someone is a new Christian and they have an interest in metal music or screamo or metalcore, they should have an outlet and multiple choices of listening to songs that are Christian based. And that's what I'm attempting to do here. That's pretty much it. I think that's it. Ignore the battery dying. That's just how life goes with this camera. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe. And I guess follow, if you're interested in this, follow me on this journey. Because I'm rolling with it and just seeing where it takes me. And I do believe, not to be preachy, but this is the direction he wants me to go in. So, if he wants me to do it, by golly, I'm going to do it. Even though I'm not the best at anything in this field of music or production or business, I just have that drive to do it. And plus, it's really fun. Please subscribe. Thank you for watching. And I'm never not going to wear a beanie, by the way. I'm always going to have a beanie on or a hat. But it'll never come off. For the people who know, they know. But this stays on my head. It's glued to my scalp. Why? Remember the SpongeBob movie where the king takes off his crown and he screams, "Bald! Bald!" That's me. We gotta cover this up. I can't blind you. We're trying to grow something here, man. I can't blind you. Also, if you haven't subscribed, one lucky subscriber will get a plate of spaghetti via a carrier pigeon. I say that every single video, but no one believes me. I have a herd of pigeons, like the episode of Hey Arnold, the dude from the rooftop, like the pigeon dude. And I got tons of plates of spaghetti. Just ready to go. Via carrier pigeon. I think that's it. Long video, I'm sorry. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe.